What's up, I'm Andrew, I play guitar in Strife.
And I'm Chad, I play bass.
I'm Denise, I do the interviews.
The host with the most.
Boys, what are you guys working on now? Because I think we all thought you were dead.
Dead?
We're back from the dead. I'd say basically we got a lot more active at the end of 2010.
Okay.
I think 2010 kind of started. We got offered a festival in France, the Paris Extreme Music Fest. We flew out there and did that one show with Agnostic Front and Scarhead and Knuckle Dust and a few other bands. It was a 3-day fest. From there we did Sound of Fury last year, and from then on we decided that we wanted to do more shows. So we booked a East Coast tour. We did an East Coast tour with Death Before Dishonor. 2011 we did a tour of Japan. We did the Pump Up the Volume Fest in Tokyo, as well as a few other shows. Then February we did a local show at Chain Reaction, and then we went to South America. We did Chile, Argentina, Peru, Brazil.
I've heard bands complain about South America.
South America were the best shows we've ever played in our life. I would suggest any hardcore band to do your best to get out there. Best shows we've ever played, best fans, sincerest kids. Like, it was awesome. We did that, and now we're gearing up. We have our next local show is the 21st at the Cobalt Cafe with Bitter End. It's kind of like a little pre-Sound and Fury thing that we set up. It's the day before Sound and Fury Fest, and we got a few of the bands, Bitter End, Incendiary. So that should be a really good show. And then we head out to Europe for a few weeks. We're doing a few festivals out there, and then the majority of headlining shows. And then that tour, straight from that tour, we fly to Philly for This Is Hardcore. So it's a pretty active year.
Sounds busy.
And then September we're going to Mexico for a few dates, and then hopefully we're looking into a West Coast tour by the end of the year.
All right.
So
like from nothing to
yeah. It's like the more we play, the more people ask us to play,
Okay.
and it's like as soon as we do one thing, then it kind of just snowballs into more and more things. And I think eventually, like, I would like to hopefully write a record at the end of this year and have it released early next year, and then kind of start doing the tour.
Snowball effect into more shit.
Yeah, even more. So
Good.
kind of a lot busier than we've been.
You excited?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have any plans of really slowing down. It's every time that we have something booked, we try to book something else right behind it.
Right.
And especially these days, we don't try to stay stagnant for too long. We just try to keep stuff going, be it getting back out to the East Coast, getting to Europe, the West Coast, local shows, whatever we can do, we still try to stay busy.
Yeah.
Well, are any of you still straight edge?
I am.
You are. Are you the only?
I'm the only one.
The only survivor.
The only straight edge.
So you're not gonna get hammered with us after this?
No. We have practice, actually.
Oh,
we have a practice for Europe after this, unfortunately.
Okay.
Gotta go to work.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you lost a lot of fans when you guys kind of stopped being a straight edge band?
Definitely. I mean, straight edge was a big part of our band, you know, and it definitely played a big role in a lot of our lyrics. And at the time, we stopped playing before we stopped being straight edge. And when we decided to start the band back up and start playing again, it was definitely an issue, but it wasn't something we were trying to hide. Like, I think would be a bigger deal if we're lying. Yeah, we're still straight edge and living a fucking lie about it. Like, we were up front and we let everyone know, like, yeah, we're a different band, and we're still playing these songs because kids want to hear those songs. And I think at this point now, in 2011, I think kids are just stoked to be able to see a band they grew up listening to and sing along and have fun.
Or even haven't had a chance to see yet, and they still come out to the shows and fucking have a great time.
Yeah, and it's like, if you think about it, it's like there aren't too many straight edge bands that were straight edge in the 80s or 90s that are back together playing that are still straight edge. Like, unfortunately, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't hate them.
Yeah.
We don't deny it as part of our history as a band, and we still respect it fully. I mean, straight edge was a big part of all of our lives in this band, but at the same time, it's like we were always known as being a straight edge hardcore band. We still want to get out and play the shows and have fun with our friends and do
Well,
what we
people
do.
like break edge, as you say, a lot, and it's like it's not a totally abnormal thing. So you all are just. It happened. It doesn't mean you're not still like the same band. And
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, I mean, it's like I find it very rare for someone to, you know, over a 20-year period in their life, be the same person they were, you know.
Right.
20 years, you know what I mean? Like, we started this band, I was 14 years old. Like,
Making yourself sound old.
well, we are old. We are old. No, but you know what I mean? It's like I was a 14-year-old kid.
Right.
It's like I'm not the same person that I was then. No, nobody in this band is, and people change.
Well, speaking of the old Strife, so you guys actually, the first Strife release ever was like almost 17 years ago, right?
More than
94?
Yeah, well,
that was our first album.
Oh, okay.
One Truth came out in 94. I believe our New Age 7-inch was what, 92?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Probably 92. Could have been 91.
Does it make you feel old? Do you feel like where's the time gone? Or are you like?
I mean, time flies. It definitely. It's crazy. Like, you know, I would definitely, when I started this band, when I was a 14-year-old kid, I wouldn't think I'd still be playing these songs. No. Like, time definitely flies. But the fact that kids still appreciate the music, I think it's amazing. I still feel like we can give any young band a run for their money, like live, like, you know what I mean, like, and that's my honest opinion.
Hey, if Sick of It All can do it,
Exactly.
anybody
Yeah,
can.
I mean, 20 years later, those guys are still killing it every single night.
Yeah, it's great that they're still playing, and they've never stopped.
Right. Good job, Lou.
Yeah, good job, Lou, Pete, Craig, all you.
Okay, well, some of you were in a band back in the day called Anger Means.
Yes.
Right, and then you had an album, Anger Means. Did that band break up, or did that kind of turn into Strife?
Basically, it just turned into Strife. Me and Sid started Anger Means, and it was like basically Strife broke up, and we still wanted to play music, so we said let's start a band. Originally, Anger Means would be just me and Sid, like two people. We were gonna write a whole we weren't gonna play live like that. We were just gonna write a record and record the record, and eventually it's like we wrote some songs. And I was supposed to sing, and I started working on it, and I didn't like the way it turned out. So we recorded these songs. We're like, dude, these songs are fucking good. Like, let's just get Rick to sing on them. So Rick sang on them. Rick joined Anger Means. We had a few different members in the band. I think initially Todd was in it.
Todd, Franklin Reed.
Todd was in it. Franklin from Shelter
Were you ever in Anger Means?
was in it.
You were?
Eventually Chad was in it,
Okay.
and it was like
was a
eventually
revolving
it just
door.
turned into the same band, like, and it was like we were playing and kids liked the new songs, but at the same time they wanted to hear the Strife songs. So it's just like, okay, so we play as a new band but still play these songs, or it's like, do kids want to hear Strife?
Well, I mean, even at the same time as when Anger Means was playing, it was mostly Anger Means songs, and then I think Will to Die and Lift were the only ones from Strife songs that were in the set. There was a full set of Anger Means songs.
Yeah, no, we had a full set of songs, but eventually it was just like,
When it's the same people, it's like whatever.
yeah.
It was still a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it was fine, but eventually we were like, fuck it, let's just do it as Strife. We'll call the record Anger Means. You know, that'll make sense.
All right, so thus the
Here we
album
are.
is born.
We're back.
All
We're
right,
back to Strife.
Full circle.
Well, Rick, who is not present at the moment, has had a couple of acting gigs. Does he still act?
No.
Not at all?
He basically got into acting. A friend of ours who directed a few Strife videos was also a movie director and asked him to star in a movie called Got Money. And that was a movie, Rick had no acting experience, and he got asked to do this movie, and he did it, and he did a great job, and the movie turned out pretty good.
Put it on your Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. It's not the greatest movie, but it's not the worst movie either.
Well, speaking of Rick,
yes.
How does he keep his head so smooth?
He shaves it. I don't know.
Does he bick it? Is it
Bicks
electric?
it.
He bicks it?
But he uses electric too, I believe. No?
Yeah, sometimes.
He bicks that. I don't
Let's
know.
believe that he does it the old school way.
Most
Old
Sounds like a
school.
shaving
He has a
cream.
straight razor and he sits there. Picture
More
of
than a
Kojak.
day.
Yeah, but he's always shaving his head. Yeah, it's very smooth and shiny. But
he
his
do it
beard,
every day?
his beard is the
beard is
opposite.
flowing.
He's got
Yes.
a wizard beard.
Don't play your straight edge songs anymore? Or most of them? Some of
You know
them?
what? When we started playing again, we kept those out of the set, and that was another thing that kids love those songs. Kids want to hear those songs, and I feel like if you're going to come to our show, you should be able to hear the songs that you want to hear.
So
So
you're saying
we do play those. We
Okay.
added, not all of them, we added a few into the set that people want to hear. A lot of times we will have, if it's available to us, a guest singers come
Right.
out and sing them. We try it, like Sound of Fury, we had David from Down to Nothing, who also plays bass in Terror. He's also straight edge. He came out and sang.
Why have so many of your albums been re-released? It seems like a lot of your albums have been reissued.
Mhm.
Is there a reason, like you just wanted to give them a second go, you remastered them? Or
I think, like, stuff comes out of print, and there's every few years there's a new wave of kids that are seeking out the stuff that want the physical release, especially on vinyl. Like in the past few years, like kids have gotten really into collecting vinyl. So I think it's just there's a demand for it. So,
Yeah, it's cool.
Got it.
Kids still want to listen
Yeah.
to the record. They're going to keep repressing it.
hopefully we will have a new record that I've started. We started
Mark his
working on.
words. Punch him in
I
the
said-
face at a show if it's not
I said
out.
hopefully. We don't have a label. We're not signed, so we need to, work and figure out the right label for
We want
that.
everyone to come out to the show, hang out, have a good time, sing along.
You can be drunk, sober, stoned,
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, I think honestly, a lot of those kids that might have been mad at us in 2002 for not being straight, they're probably not even straight right now either.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
And the
right.
fact of the matter is, it's like
they're probably drunk surfing YouTube right
they
now.
could
like,
be.
Whatever happened to the band?
But I've been going to shows for a long fucking time, and I'm still supporting hardcore. So it's like, if you support hardcore, you'll support hardcore. Like, you know what I mean? Regardless.